if you want to have easier life, then you have to stick to one exchange and one accountant. Otherwise, you may have a lot of troubles.
What have you found the biggest frustration is when it comes to capital gains tax when selling highly appreciated cryptocurrency?
Yeah, so I have heard from many of my friends, and also I have had troubles of like keeping track of all the gains, and after that providing all this information to the accountant. And at the same time, from what I have seen, different accountant firms are asking for different information, and sometimes some of the crypto exchanges that we use, they make your life hard to in order to get this data. So what I have found is that if you want to have easier life, then you have to stick to one exchange and one accountant. Otherwise, you may have a lot of troubles.
Got it. Okay, so yours is more like on the tracking of everything. What about the actual exit? Maybe when Bitcoin was 65,000 a coin, 66, 67, 68. And you wanted to maybe exit, but you had a huge capital gains tax, and you don't have a great way to defer that tax, or it's going to you're going to get hit. Like in America, it's somewhere between 25 to it could be upwards of 40%, just to kind of depend where you're at. So let's say you bought it for 100,000 and it goes to $10 million. It's a $9.9 million gain. And then that's going to be taxed at 25 to 30, 35%. So what's been your biggest frustration that you've seen when people want to sell high, but that tax is just staring them in the face?
Yeah, so actually in my country, the taxes are not that high. So what I have seen, and something that I have also been doing in my crypto gains taxes, is that when the time has come to exit a deal like that, even though Bitcoin hasn't hit such mark yet, but I hope it will happen soon. But when there is a high tax gain that has to be paid, what we are used to do and what our accountants in most of the cases suggest us to do is to start changing our tech in the offices that we have in most of the cases. And also if we have some some stock that we can repurpose, this can also help us to reduce the taxes after that.
Yeah, like harvesting losses against the gains of the crypto and maybe trying to wash it out in a given year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and just for those who are listening, I'm curious that we do have a way to defer capital gains taxes for U.S. citizens using something called a Deferred Sales Trust. In fact, we just did a deal for a client. She bought about $50,000 worth of Bitcoin, and the value went to $50 million. And at 54,000 a coin, she's able to exit 5 million, defer about 1.85 million of tax. She worked for a big tech company and lived in California and was going to get hammered, and was able to find us, be able to defer that tax before everything went back to about 15,000 a coin, and able to diversify that equity, that capital, defer the tax, and put it into a tech startup, all tax deferred. If you want to learn more about that, you can go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. That's capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. It also works for Ethereum, and it works for other coins too. If we set it up properly, go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com.